YouTube, we are doing a review of Team Liquid versus Oceanics representative of LGC. I do not know much about this game except for the fact that Liquid does win. So nevertheless, we move forward. So, if we take a look so far, we have Callista ban out of respect for tactical, Twitch ban out of respect for tactical. Thumbs up, dude, for the rookie being able to pull two bans, target bans. And then Shen out of respect for maybe Impact, or maybe Brox was playing in the jungle. Maybe the LGC team just does not like playing around the Shen timer when it's up. We go to the other side. We have a Nidalee ban, most likely because Broxa is not really going to be able to play the Nidalee Lilia. Let's go ahead and get those out of the game. And then they banned Set, probably just because this team played Set a bunch. To be fair, did not watch any of the LGC or really any Team Liquid going into this tournament. First picked Graves, so 2 times in a row that Team Liquid has first picked their jungler. They decide to pass on Lee Sin and go ahead and take the farming style jungler. This is interesting because there were a lot of things that are left open, right? Lucian is left open. Kate is left open. I wonder if Kate's nerfs on this patch are that strong to where we won't see her that often. Anyway, moving forward, first pick for Graves. I'm assuming Brox is the kind of player who, and this is what I've heard through interviews, has a game plan and really just wants to stick to that game plan. So ultimately, he probably is not necessarily one who's going to be looking for counter pick. He's just saying, fuck it, we're going to play this. Let's go ahead and give me Graves. Interesting first pick, though, right? Because it leaves Lucian open here, right? Lucian is so strong in the mid lane. And then I would assume that they're going to go ahead and pick Ashe, right? Or maybe another AP jungler since Lily is gone. And Nidalee's gone, you can assume maybe Gragas, maybe Evelyn. I would maybe guess that it's going to be those 3. Again, and I do draft phase this way mostly because when I pause and I try to guess what's going on and if I'm right or wrong, and then I can assess why. So draft phase does take a little while, but I feel like I and we as a channel should learn a lot doing this way. Okay, so they go ahead and take the Thresh away. So I was completely wrong. So this leaves... I'm still going to be a proponent that they go ahead and secure Ashe. I think Ashe is that strong compared to the other ADCs, right? And they already are targeting banning him twice. So if you don't secure it here, then there could be another potentially either secure or 2 more ADC bans. And then I don't think Core JJ is going to play Rakan. I'm not entirely sure what he's going to play, but I would guess they go ahead and pick the support pick as well. Yep. All right, but blind pick Orianna. That works. That works. Okay, so this is interesting because if they go ahead and pick the Tristana... Wait, that's actually bizarre. Yeah, I was going to say there's no way. This is good. I like this. This is a Ziggs bot lane. This is going to be a thumbs up for me. I wonder how they execute it. Going with the AD mid, Ziggs bot. Okay, so if we take a guess what they're going to ban, I am going to assume they ban maybe Mordekaiser from or some other top lane that they don't like to play against. And then probably Nautilus, Leona, one of the supports. Whereas on this side, I mean, it really depends on what they want to play. So I guess we'll stop guessing here and we'll see. So it's Blitzcrank out of Core JJ. Banning Camille, so I wonder if top is looking for like an Ornn pick. Right? Out bans Pantheon. And then Evelyn. Okay, this is what I would have guessed as an AP jungler. What? And the first Jarvan of the tournament. Jarvan was buffed this patch a little bit. Not entirely sure what. God, I like the stage so much. That's so cool. So let's try to see what they're going to pick for Team Liquid. I would assume it's going to be Nautilus or Leona. And then let's see. And then since they banned Camille, maybe they go ahead and play Ornn. Maybe they go ahead and play Mord. Yeah, I don't know if they would have banned Camille if he's playing Mord because that worked so well for him last game. Yep. That's what I assumed. I was wrong there. And I guessed this because since they banned Camille, they're probably they're looking for something. Right, there's a lot of things that can really, really punish. So I was close. Or Tom. I always forget about Tom. Rakan into Thresh, I think, is going to be a question mark for me. Not that I'm like think it's a bad pick. I'm just curious how it's going to work out. I would think with Flay and the other tools that Thresh has, it's not a great matchup for Rakan. And then last pick top here, you can go ahead and pick Fiora. You can go ahead and pick Jax. What? Silas is not a bad pick. There's no way it's Lucian top, right? It could be, actually. No. Okay. Before the game gets started, let's... I guess we can just do this in the in this screen. Okay. Let me move my camera. Okay. So, as we think about this game, this comp, when you really think about it, is a bit of a question mark. Right? I mean, maybe you're looking for Lucian Jarvan to be potent enough to be able to try to shut down Jensen. Okay? Right? You're going to be able to try to be oppressive here into Ornn. Bot lane, you picked a bot lane that has priority. I get that. But, like, I feel like with Jarvan... I'm curious to see if I'm totally wrong on this. But this feels all over the place to me. It feels like some of the other games that we have reviewed, it's been like, okay, they are able to they're trying to play through their top side to enable Graves here. Here, they're probably just... Dude, I have no idea. We'll see. Okay, but we'll look at Team Liquid, because that's really who we're interested in, right? So the goal is just get Ornn up to level 13, right? Orianna, Control Mage, is just trying to play safe and scale with the Ornn. However, they picked Graves, okay? And I don't think any of the lanes are going to be potent and dominant enough to be able to try to enable Graves to get the sneaky invades that he wants. Right? This is where the Graves blind pick felt a little bit weird because I'm curious. I'm really curious how this one works out. This is also one where you can just assume... Uh-oh. My God, Jensen is freezing. Look at him. I forgot who it was yesterday. Said that it was cold in there. God, the world stage must be so intense. Brox looks nervous. I really do wish him the best. I don't think his play has been great. Like, from the ones that I've reviewed, from what I've seen. Hope the music's not too loud. Wow, this is a long pause. Means this game is pretty short. Okay. Okay, so let me speed the game up just a smidge, make sure we're on the highest quality. I do apologize if there's noise coming from upstairs. There is construction. Okay. Okay, so. Is there no vision? Are they just doing this being alpha? Yeah, it looks like there's no vision. And blue side just go for the late invade regardless. I like the confidence there, actually. Okay, so the smart thing to do is Jarvan going across. Steps on a ward, so they know they're splitting the map here. This gives Graves the freedom to continue and keep farming bot side instead of just getting out. He's going to go ahead and eat the Gromp as well, right? Blue side or red side does see him because there's a ward right here. Okay, so what I'm curious is if Broxa gets all three of these camps and how many Jarvan get here and what the extent is of them splitting the map, right? You Impact it can assume obviously that Jarvan is going to be topside then. Not even assume, he stepped on a ward. So hopefully he plays the lane smart enough. Doesn't push. Yeah, it's definitely not a great matchup, but Orange just OP. Look at that trade. It was... Okay. Yep, blue side, question mark, ping goes down. It looks like they trade 2 camps for each jungle. Ornn getting a little bit abused. As to be expected. Go ahead and trade Scuttle for Scuttle. And they're looking for a dive on Ornn. Wave is in a good spot. Impact, good flash. And looking for the repeat dive. That's a fail. End up spending a good amount of time. Question mark pings come down on the blue side. Like, what the fuck are they trying to do? Right. Pot size knows they have to play safe since their jungler's up top. Jensen. Oh, that was close. Okay, Jensen. This is one where I would like to go watch the pro view. Jensen must play this really well. I'm pretty sure Lucian should win that lane. No way. Close. Okay. Thumbs up for Jensen being able to push out Lucian, right, and force Lucian in the uncomfortable spot and force Lucian's TP, which enables Graves the little bit of free time. But Graves doesn't really get much up there. Does get some chickens here. We'll pause because it is 5 minutes. Time moves fast. Okay, it's Ocean Soul on the board. Gold dead even. Ornn is ahead in CS. No sums, but this is fine for Ornn. Like, the dive not working is definitely a good thing for Ornn, right? He's doing pretty good. You definitely want to be in more of a lead, I think, in these situations versus Ornn, and it's why it's becoming one of my favorite picks throughout, in professional play in a situation like this, because I think you have to be really good to get more value and abuse the Ornn. I think the gap in top has to be pretty big, otherwise just pick Ornn. Down to CS. I mean, maybe he's going to finish his camp so it'll be equal, but Graves wants to be a little bit ahead right here. Ultimately, Jarvan's the early game champion, though, right? He has the ability to make him an earlier impact, and ganking top 2 times and it failing both times is sort of a missed opportunity for, maybe not missed opportunity, because they did get his flash, don't get me wrong. But you'd be wanting to have more impact on Jarvan early. And then this is an interesting matchup because Orianna being able to push Lucian in and force both of his sums out is like thumbs up for Jensen. I would love to watch this pro view because I think he's just outplaying Tally here. And then in the bot side, you are up in CS on Ashe. I would think that this is not a very dominant bot lane. So I'm going to go ahead and very much give that to TL, and I'm curious how they handle the bot lane here. If we take a look at the state of the game, we have Broxa, who's getting his done with his invade, and then I'm assuming he's going to come up here, and then maybe down here, or he's just going to go ahead and get a back off. And compare that to Jarvan, who is here. I think he's looking for the Gromp right here, and then is able to maybe potentially look at a play on bot side. Ashe sitting on 42 CS, not buying, is going to be close, if not at the F sword. So she's looking to most likely just push the wave back before Jarvan gets down here, right? You assume that they're smart enough to know that it's been enough time since the attempt dives at top that Jarvan's going to back, get a reset, and try to look for something on the bot side. Looking for the play, Jensen. Bit of an aggressive trade. Takes a lot of creep damage, but that's just asserting his dominance. And Wave's in a good spot, too. Tally has to get his jungle here to help. Right? Which is just overall good for TL. Broxa responds, says, yo, what's up? Broxa leveled down. Oh, and Jensen with the outplay. Let me watch the shockwave here. This is just Tally, I don't think, playing it right. Right? Jensen flashes out of the EQ combo by... and that gets the TP out of top lane. Overall, good play. Good play, Jensen. Right. Tapoon's going to be able to get a ward on the way back top, but ultimately just a waste of TP. You got to dash sooner than that. He's level 5 and Jensen's level 6. I think he needed to do that immediately. Trigger Z. Ornn in the driver's seat. Okay, Brox is able to invade, get the second blue. Red side, there's tons of vision if you take a look, though, right here. So, in theory, and Broxa, or Jensen, it does get it. Nice. So now, this is what you want to be seeing from Graves. Okay, this is interesting because I feel like this is just mid outplaying mid, so that they were able to go do that. Right. If you put Knight, I think, or Chovy on Lucian in this matchup, I think it doesn't work this way. Okay, Jarvan's upset that his blue buff's taken, so he's trying to look for kind of something, right? And both teams still choosing to ignore the Ocean Drag. Okay. Red side does secure Rift Herald, but at what cost? Huge Oran Horn. Can't really make anything of it. Silas, hold on, I'm gonna stop this. Did Silas dash in there to try to proc the Oregon ult? Yeah, he did. Maybe he knows he's dead. He flashes out. Maybe he has to go in there because he knows if he steps on the ball, he's gonna get shockwaved. Okay, Recon, a bit unnecessary. A bit deep, but now Tally's should die here. There's no way he lives. Yeah. Hey, Broxa is looking really good. This is just player difference. I don't think they get away with this against a better team. Okay. So pause, 5 minutes later. Gold is up. Yeah, 1.5k. Still no dragons. Okay, Broxa's 3-0, but even in CS, he's looking juicy. Orn is looking good. Orn's just kind of chilling, waiting. I don't know why Broxa's going Black Cleaver, but it's fine. It's probably just his, like, out of his comfort. He's always done that. He's probably just comfortable with what it feels like, the power spikes that come with it. Can't really complain. Mana Moon out evolution when you're behind is a bit questionable. I feel like in these situations in professional games, you would have wanted to go Essence Reaver first just to get more pop because you're a bit behind. Okay, we're looking pretty good here, right? Tab Eye's almost coming through, right? Seraph's almost coming through. Bot lane's even. I don't see how many plates are down here, right? But they seem to be pretty even. Essence Reaver components compared to Seraph components. And then ultimately just a little bit more impact on Core JJ. Rift Herald is in the side of LGC, but nah. The team at this point just wants to and needs to play around Graves. Typhoon pushing up even though he has no vision. And no flash. Typhoon. Kind of troll. Jensen gets jumped on here. This was a good play by LGC. Where did they come from? She stepped on the ward. So they say we can go collapse on her here. Not bad. That was an okay trade. This ward coming in clutch right here. MVP. And Orn getting a demolish stack, getting a plate. 003 ahead in CS. Orn is massively ahead. It doesn't look like he's that far ahead, but he's Orn. He's doing great. Jensen TPs to get the big wave. Definitely not a great kill, but ultimately Jensen can probably shrug that one off. Or not a great death. And Broxa's finally deciding to solo the dragon. More than capable now. Bot side backed. Okay, so we have Core JJ and Broxa. I like this. This is what I'd like to see on a comp like Graves. But it's a little fishy. They're on vision. Ultimately, it looks like Red Side was more prepared at the blue spawn since he's lost both blues. But Broxa saying, I don't give a fuck. And knowing that they're going to be on the blue since they've fought over it 2 times says, yo, screw you, I'm going to go take red, and I'm going to go take chickens. I know they're called raptors, but let's be real, they're chickens. Right? He can actually take this trade because mid is getting screwed. They're playing really well. Jensen is... I would love to watch what Jensen's doing here specifically. This lane should not be like this. Jensen is popping off. Horn level 10. I like the item build in his face. And tactical able to get in pushing bot side. This is where the map's starting to really break open. Broxa, Jensen, and Tactical being the 3 most gold heavy members in the entire game. Rakan stealing the Scuttle Crab. Oh, that EQ. Oh, that was well played by them. Sucks that the jungler didn't try to block that. Yeah, this game's over. Tactical kind of being a non-factor, but he's not a liability. So it's cool to see that. It's cool to see TL win in a different form than the first game. I genuinely think this is experience gap. Meaning, like, think about it in the terms of like Core JJ's been on like the world stage, right? He's a world champion. Impact is also a world champion. Broxa was on, in the finals 2 years ago. It's definitely not his first, world's appearance. So it's kind of just, I think, experience. I don't necessarily know how long these LGC players have been around and how far they've made it, but I mean, you have world champions that you're playing against, former world champions. I really don't think that TL get away with this against better teams. I don't think the 2v2 jungle mid are able to be this dominant in this matchup against any of the top 5 teams. I like this, actually. This is something that I wouldn't have thought of. Right? He was just bringing the ball here just in case anyone showed. So you didn't have to wait for the time to queue in case anyone did walk up. Rift Herald spawn for Team Liquid. Should be able to crack mid tower here. And Taboon is... What? Yeah, they're like, we can punish this guy. This guy's dead. Punish him, punish him, punish him. You can't get away with being that far up like that. I mean, you have flash, but... Wait, what just happened? I feel like he didn't get hit by the shockwave. And... Okay, no. Ornhorn misses. But you get a flash out of Lucian, which is big. And this is what I mean, because Lucian chose to go Mana Moon, he's just so far behind at this point. That was a good pick. That was a good pick. Right, he has Mana Moon Coalfields compared to Seraph's. Whereas he could have had, pretty much Essence Reaver, had the 20% CDR, the instant AD instead of the stacking AD. And look at this gold diff. Oh my god. Okay. Blue side saying there's no objective. On the bot side, we're just going to go ahead and gain full dominance of this top side jungle. Right? Wards go down. Camps are all eaten. Jensen pushing into tower. And they're looking for someone who's stepping up in the wrong spot. And what? I fucking love Ornn, dude. Ah, poor guy. And Tapoon does make it out here. I like this guy's facial expressions. He had some good facial expressions in the first game. Spams the TSM emote. That's a good one. Alright, let's take a look real fast. No one's about to back. So drags up in a minute 35. Gold diff is, it literally doesn't even matter. It's fucking gigantic. It's like 8k or some crazy shit like that. Ornn 103 level 14. Ahead in CS for the 030 Silas. Not even a contest. 154, 114. Not even a contest. Okay. 178, 210, 11 and 5. Okay, finally does have Essence Reaver. So he's looking okay. But like, come on. No contest. And then in the bot side, there's a bit of a contest still. I mean, Ashe is looking okay. But bot lane has held their own and not died. They never cracked this tower, though. Right? If you're playing Ziggs and you didn't crack the bot tower, I can confidently say you probably didn't do your job well enough. So the bot lane did their job. And I think this is an overall, like, 5 for 5 outskill. Maybe not the jungle 1v1, but the jungle mid 2v2 was a massive difference. Okay, so backs are going to come through on Team Liquid. I would maybe like to see Death Cap on, here's the solo kill, yeah. Look at chat's face. Look, chat's like, no way. I would have maybe liked to see a Death Cap come out on Orianna second, so you can go ahead and get Death Crown. Tactical, good flash. Is eating a lot, but it's still doing okay. Was that Silas's Horn? No. There's no way statistically that LGC can win a fight here. Yep, they're just saying, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. We can just push mid. Or if they try to go for Dragon again, like there's no way they win a fight here. Just statistically with items, there's no way. Things would have to be. You would need some like insane Lucian play. But Lucian's not getting in there versus Ornn. Broxa just goes in. Broxa is really low. Okay, whoa, this is so fucking sloppy. Okay. Oh, this is sloppy. This is very sloppy, but as I said, they're statistically that far ahead that they can do the slop, and it works. And a TP out. Okay, that's game. Right. On Soul Point, they rush up to Baron. They get a reset off. Oh, ooh, I want to watch this. I like how they have pro views. I wish they could have it for. I really wish that it was available to buy. I like the shift cues of Orianna. Gets the kill. I want to watch that one more time. Nice job. Still has flash, still at everything. And good call by, we'll see in a second. I like the locket. There's a locket protects from like Zig's ult. There's no way it's no contest. Oh, Jensen almost gets picked, but flashes away. No, that was really all they had. Great game by Team Liquid. Oh, this makes me so excited for all the future games. And GG, well played. Jungle mid popped off. And Tapoon didn't do near as much as he needed to. Or the top jungle on LGC didn't do near what they needed to be able to punish the Ornn. Nice job, Roxa. Nice job. Is that the actual tower in Shanghai? Do you... That last guy looked pretty malnourished. Thoughts going into, or thoughts at the end of the game, right? I think Team Liquid played fantastic. I think the jungle mid were the stars. Tactical not dying. Core JJ, impact all over. I think he played really well. But ultimately, I just think that this was a skill gap. Simply put. Probably in every single position. Okay. So, what are we going to watch next? Let's see. I want to watch... We'll watch... Do we watch Papara Supermassive versus Ints? So we can understand these guys a little bit before we watch this one? We're going to do that. We're going to do that. Papara Supermassive. I don't know why I said that. It's actually Turkish. Team's been around for a decently long time. I wonder what the Turkish players base is. League of Legends and FIFA. I wonder where they're located. Leading Turkish esports team. I went to Turkey in January. Place is a pretty special place in my heart. That was a great trip. Papara, is that a band? Is that like a, not a band, a brand? Yeah.